Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm your instructor, Johnny Vitatoe. This is week 3 BearFit on demand. This is our strength and endurance class. I've got a 30-pound kettlebell, a 20-pound kettlebell, and a pair of 10-pound dumbbells. I've got my Gatorade, so let's get started. All right, let's get warmed up by jogging in place. Nice and easy and light. We're gonna go through about 5 different moves for about 20 seconds each. We'll go through 2 times. And that'll be our warm up for today before we pick up the weights and do a whole lot of squatting here later on. So we're gonna warm up our legs here to get started. And we're gonna transition to jumping jacks here, big arms, nice soft knees, stand on the balls of our feet. Trying to maintain a nice rhythm as we warm up here and trying to get that first bit of sweat going. It'll make life a little bit easier once I start getting the sweat going. We got 5 more seconds here. And into our skier, little hop and switch. It's a throwback move from 1984. I'm just jumping and switching. My left arm and right leg and right arm and left leg are in rhythm together. We got 5 more seconds here. And then we're gonna go with a lateral bounce. And let's go lateral bounce here. Nice and light on our feet, pushing off the outside of my foot and lifting that leg up after I push. We've got 10 more seconds here. We're gonna transition into a Heisman here in 5 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna push, step, step, plant here. Kind of like a grapevine. So step, step, plant, still pumping my arms. 10 more seconds. I'm dropping my hips, bracing my core. 5 seconds. Okay, back to our jog in place. We're gonna try and go a little more intense this round. So a little quicker if you can, or a little higher with your knees on these next few moves here. Let's go, 10 more seconds here. And we've got 4 more moves after this. 5. Okay, into our jumping jacks. Big arms here, all the way up, all the way down. 10 seconds. Touching those hands at the top. 5 seconds. And we're gonna ski a little hop and switch of the legs here. Landing nice and soft on my knees. Halfway. 5 seconds. Okay, and we're going lateral. So last 2 moves here. Lateral back and forth. And then our Heisman. Then we'll be finished with our warm up. 10 seconds. 5. Good. And Heisman. So plant, step, step, plant. Swing your arm still. We've got 10 seconds left. 5 seconds, almost there. All right, and relax. All right, we're gonna revisit our Polyp Squat for our first exercise. We're gonna go through 4 exercises for this first circuit, and we're gonna go 20 seconds per exercise. We'll alternate back and forth. I'll explain as we go. We're gonna start with our Polyp Squat, like we've been doing the last few weeks. Heel, shoulder width apart, toes mostly forward. You can point your toes out a little bit if you feel more comfortable with that. We're gonna squat down and push the weight away from our body, and then bring it back toward our chest. We're gonna go for 20 seconds here in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm squatting all the way down, pushing this weight away from my body. I'm looking for a full depth squat here. All right, feel the balance at the bottom. We're halfway through. We got 5 seconds. 2, 1. All right, next up, we're gonna sit at the bottom of our squat and revisit those heartbeat squats we did last week. So bottom of our squat, push the weight away and then back toward our chest for 20 seconds. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm hanging out at the bottom of my squat. In and out with the dumbbell. Embracing the discomfort here. We're already halfway through. My legs are burning a little bit. I think I'm gonna make it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Next up, I'm gonna grab my kettlebell into my hand, and I'm gonna have the kettlebell on the outside portion of my wrist, and I'm gonna squat like our basic squats, and then as I come up, I'm gonna press overhead, okay? We're gonna go 20 seconds with our right side, 20 seconds with our left side. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. So for these, I want you to just get some reps in, use the momentum of your squat to press this overhead, trying to get that bicep to your ear, halfway on this side. Big push at the top, control the weight. We don't want it to slam. One more rep. Okay, good. Now we're gonna switch sides and go. So you can put this offhand out as a counterbalance when you squat. May help you a little bit. We're just trying to get reps in here. All the way down, all the way up. 8 seconds left. Use the momentum of your squat to push up this kettlebell. One more rep and rest. All right, next up, we're gonna go step back lunge, okay? It may be easier for you to see this way when I start going. We're gonna have that same placement with the kettlebell on our shoulder, and we're gonna go 20 seconds. We're gonna go one side for 20 and then the other side for 20 seconds. We'll switch the kettlebell and the legs at 20. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. So I'm staying in this lunge position for 20 whole seconds. Okay, brace your core, balance on the way down here. We're getting close. We've got 3 seconds. All right, switch sides. I'm gonna face this way. Okay, ready, and go. So 20 more seconds here. Trying to get good reps in. Stay off that toe of the front foot. You'll obviously need to be on the toe of your back foot here. Just trying to get reps in. 7 seconds. We got 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, here we go. Round 2, Polyp Squat. Get those feet set, 20 seconds, and go. So weight out, weight in. Go at your own pace. Focus on nice, quality, controlled squats. Knees are going out, hips are going back, that's halfway. Your femur bone and your foot angle should match nicely. Should stay off your toes. Okay, and rest. Okay, next we're gonna sit at the bottom of our squat again, do those heartbeat squats. Here we go for 20 seconds and go. So I'm hanging out here, pushing away, bringing it in, staying on the entirety of my foot, trying to fight any balance issues, pulling me forward or backward, that's halfway. And I'm just living down here. My legs are burning. 4 seconds, 2, 1, rest. Okay, next I'm gonna grab my kettlebell. I've got the 20 pounder here. We're going back to our squat thrust. So this is a squat gauntlet here. 20 seconds per side. Ready, and go. Squat, press. As many reps as you can get in. Using that other hand as a counterbalance. Drive with those hips and knees. Push this thing off your shoulder. 7 seconds. All the way down, all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Other side, 20 seconds, and go. My heart rate's up. I can't tell you what my number is right now, but I know it's high. I'll let you know my heart rate at the end of this set here. That's halfway. If I stop talking, that just means I'm hurting. 3 seconds. And rest. Heart rate 171. Okay, next up we're gonna go lunge. Pick a side, whatever side you pick, let's have that leg be front. And we're just going single side lunges for 20 seconds. And go. So nice and controlled. Brace your trunk. Think about your hips dropping straight down, barely touching the ground here. We got 8 seconds left. If you need to put your hand on your core here to feel it get tight, that may help. Last rep. Good. Switch sides. 20 more seconds. And go. Nice and controlled. Fight the urge to twist. My legs are burning. We're about halfway through here. Round 2. We're getting there. 5 seconds. 1 more rep. And rest. Okay, here we go. Round 3, Polyp squats for 20 seconds. Ready and go. This is the last round. We've only got 1 more exercise that involves a squat variation after this circuit. So that's positive news. If your legs are hurting, that's halfway here. My legs are hurting a little bit. 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1. All right, next is our heartbeat squat. So let's sit at the bottom of our squat and go. So we're here, we live here now. We just spend a lot of time at the bottom of our squat. It should be a little bit easier than last week. We did a whole bunch of squat holes last week. We've got 8 seconds here. Getting close. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, next up we have our single arm squat thrust, 20 seconds per side. Set those feet, here we go, and go. So squat, big push overhead, all the way down, all the way up. Hips back, knees out, offhand out as a counterbalance. Halfway here, we're getting there. 5, 3, 2, 1, good. Let's switch arms. 20 more seconds and go. All the way down, all the way up, big push overhead. Use the momentum of your squat to press this kettlebell overhead. That's halfway. I'm hurting a little bit. We're almost there. Keep going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next, we've got our lunges. So pick a side. I'm gonna go left side first. Left foot out, right foot back. Hanging out in this lunge for reps here, 20 seconds. Ready and go. So dropping this back knee straight down. Nice tight core. Find your balance before you drop down. Stay off that front toe. Drop your hips straight down. 7 seconds. And now we got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch hands, we'll get right into it. Ready, 20 more seconds, and go. So nice and controlled here. Find your balance. Think about dropping straight down. Feel your legs working. They might be a little bit fatigued at this point. 7, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, next up I've grabbed a heavier kettlebell. You can do this with a dumbbell as well. I've got the 30 pounder here. We're gonna go kettlebell swing like we had the last few weeks. So this is all in the hips, and I'm just letting my hips and back do the work here. We're gonna go 20 seconds per hand, so 40 seconds total on this first exercise. It's gonna go continuous. So here we go. I'm gonna start by swinging this behind me. Ready, and go. So I'm just doing a kettlebell swing, all hip extension, and then letting that force production from my hip extension go up my back, into my arm, and then into the handle of this kettlebell. We've got about 5 more seconds on this side. All hips here. Last one, switch hands, keep going. We're trying to get good quality reps in. Like I've said on those other weeks, the closer the kettlebell is to your feet, the less leverage you have. 10 seconds. Big hips. I'm letting this thing fall past my legs. Everything's tight in my back. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, next up, same idea, 40 seconds total. We're gonna clean and then press this weight overhead. Again, all hips. I'm gonna jump this kettlebell up and then press it overhead. Here we go, ready, and go. So pumping it up here, pushing overhead, all hips on the jump. I can pop this up with my legs helping, okay? I'm keeping this kettlebell nice and close to my body. 5 seconds. I'm rotating it, pushing it overhead, and press, good, and switch sides, and go. Over here, big push. This is my left hand. May not be as coordinated. I'm trying not to let this kettlebell crash on my shoulder. 8 seconds. I'm using my lower body to pop this up off my shoulder. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, next up we're gonna slow it down a little bit, and we're gonna revisit those single arm Romanian deadlifts. And this is one where this off leg's gonna help balance your movement here. So I'm gonna have a slight bend in my right knee, and we're gonna start here in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna let my off leg go nice and high. This is a control and balance movement. Not trying to go fast here. I'm trying to stay on one leg the whole time. We're getting close. 6 seconds. See if we can do 2 more. Last one. Good, okay. Switch legs. Keep that balance. A little bit of shake is okay. I'm feeling this in my upper hamstring. Feeling the stretch here. Trying to keep this off leg off the ground the whole time and lifting it nice and high. Let's go 1 more rep, if I can go without falling over. Last rep here. Oh, all right, saved it. All right, relax. All right, next up we have our Kettlebell Bob and Weave. I've taken the weight down about 10 pounds, okay, just inside baseball. We're gonna go big step, squat, and then lift. And we're just gonna go nice and wide, okay? 20 seconds, ready, and go. Squat down, lift, down, okay? Find a little rhythm here. I'm sinking and kind of swiveling back and forth. 8 seconds here. 5 seconds. 1 more. All right, good, relax. Okay, here we go, round 2, kettlebell swings. Ready, and go. I'm just trying to throw my hips forward. Everything from my waist up is nice and rigid, my back's nice and rigid. I'm hinging, 10 seconds left here. Throwing this weight around, letting it fall back between my legs. Let's go 1 more rep here, and switch hands, and keep going. Just find a little rhythm here. I'm not afraid for my chest to face the ground, As long as my back's nice and rigid. 8 seconds. Getting close here, folks. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up we have our clean to press. I'm starting my right hand. 20 seconds, and go. So, popping it up, keeping it close, letting it kind of float in midair as I rotate my wrist and push it overhead. 8 seconds, then we'll switch hands. 3, 2, 1, switch hands, and throw those hips. Push overhead, getting a nice little rhythm, trying to get good quality reps in. I'm rotating my arm, letting this kettlebell go on the outside of my wrist. We've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, next up we have our single leg Romanian deadlifts. While our heart rate's high, my heart rate is 179 right now. So trying to find our balance with a high heart rate, 20 seconds per side, ready, and go. So I'm keeping this back leg nice and high. My goal is to not touch this left leg on the ground for this whole 20 seconds. We're halfway. We're getting there. Feel the stretch. Focus on the balance. Let's go one more rep here and we'll switch. All right, mission accomplished on that side. Here we go, other side, ready, and go. This is my bad side. Find your balance. If you can take your shoes off where you are, that may make this a little easier. Back leg nice and high up. 5 seconds. Let's see if we can get one more good rep here. All right, relax. Okay, finally, 20 more seconds. We've got our Bob and Weave squat, ready, and go. So I'm getting nice and wide, kind of scooping my head low, as if there were like a bar. I was trying to get my head underneath, and then back up, halfway. We're getting there. We've got 3 seconds. Let's go 2 more reps. That's 1, and 2, and rest. Round 3, kettlebell swings for 20, ready, and go. We're just last round here, trying to give it everything we got with this kettlebell. And this next round is just gonna be all laying down on the floor, doing some core work. That's 10 seconds in. Throw those hips. Reach your hips back, throw them forward, 5 seconds. Here we go, last rep. Switch hands, keep going. Hips back, reach this kettlebell behind you, and then throw those hips so you have nice leverage. We've got 10 seconds. We got 5 seconds left, we're almost there. 2, 1, all right, relax. Here we go, clean to press, 20 seconds per arm, ready, and go. So I'm just jumping this weight on my shoulder, letting it kind of free fall or float in the air for a second as I position to catch it nice and softly on the outside of my wrist, and then I'm just punching this thing in the air. 5 seconds. One more rep. Good, keep going, switching hands. Keep going. Just opposite hand. Big punch in the air. Keeping it close to my body. Trying not to swing this too far away from my body, otherwise it'll crash on my wrist and shoulder. We've got 3 seconds. Last rep here. Good. All right. Right into our Romanian deadlift. We'll go right side. Ready, and go. So reaching that back leg back. Nice and controlled. Keeping this kettlebell directly over the middle of my foot. Trying to keep my balance. We're getting close. Let's go last rep on this side. Good, okay. Other side, and go. This is my not as good side. Control, feel the stretch. Oh, had to cheat there for a second. We got 8 seconds. Let's get 2 more. There's 1, last one. All right, and relax. Okay, here we go. Last exercise for the circuit. We're going Bob and Weave kettlebell squat. Ready, and go. So I'm big step underneath the imaginary limbo pull, and then back above it. Nice and wide. Get low, halfway. Feel that bottom of your squat. Lift that off leg up. Here you go. Let's go 1 more rep. All right, and rest. Okay, next up, we're gonna do a dumbbell sit up. I'm gonna give you some different options on this one. So to start, I've got a 10-pound dumbbell, and I'm gonna keep my arm directly, or my hand directly over my shoulder joint, and as I sit up, I'm gonna try and keep this thing directly in line with my shoulder. Otherwise, if that maybe is too challenging, you can keep the dumbbell right in front of you and just sit up and control the downward. We're gonna go 20 seconds here, so pick a side, 20 seconds. Ready, and go. So on these, I want you to think about controlling the downward portion and trying to keep the balance of this dumbbell directly over your shoulder. And I want deliberately to take your time on the way down. Let's go 1 more rep after this. Okay, bonus rep. All right, good. We're gonna put our dumbbell down, hands or fists under our glutes here, and we're going to flutter kick. Now on these flutters, like I've mentioned in the past, you can be parallel with the floor, you can go higher to make it a bit easier, or you can tap your feet as a modification as well. We're going 20 seconds. Ready, and go. So I'm fluttering these legs here, nice and quick, trying to keep my lower back flat on the ground if I can. A little bit tougher with my hands under my glutes. We're already halfway through here. I'm squeezing my trunk. You got 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, roll over onto a side here. We're gonna go side plank. And you can modify this side plank by bending the bottom knee, okay, to make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna stack my feet and be on my elbow. You can also be on your hand if you'd like to do a higher plank than that, elbow plank. Here we go. We're gonna go 20 seconds per side. Ready, and go. Now if this side plank's too easy for you, you can elevate that top leg if you'd like to make it a little more difficult. We're just gonna stay here, find our happy place. We're already 10 seconds in. We're getting close. We're gonna switch sides here momentarily. 3, 2, 1. Hips down, switch sides. Ready, and go. So 20 seconds here, and then we're gonna run through that 1 more time and we'll be finished. That's halfway. We got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, so we're gonna go through that again, but I'm gonna go with my opposite hand on the dumbbell sit up. We're gonna go 20 more seconds here. Ready, and go. So I'm keeping this dumbbell right over my shoulder. My chest is gonna be nice and proud as I go up, and I'm controlling the downward. I'm not flopping back on the ground. I'm controlling this downward portion. We've got a few more reps here. Let's go 2 more reps. Control, control, control. Last one. Control, and down. Dumbbell down. We have flutter kicks next. Ready, and go. So I'm fluttering here. My belly's burning up a little bit. And next week we'll extend those time on those dumbbell sit-ups a bit. We're over halfway through here. I'm just clamping my belly, fluttering my feet, letting time pass. 3, 2, 1. Pick a side. We've got planks next. 20 seconds of planks. Ready, and go. So I'm finding my balance point here, finding my happy place. We're almost finished with this workout. We have one more plank after this, and then we'll stretch. We're getting close. You've got 5 seconds. Keep those hips nice and high. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 20 more seconds. Last exercise of the day. Ready, and go. We're in it, folks. This is the final stretch here. 12 seconds. We're almost there. 8 seconds. You've made it 3 weeks. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, time to stretch a bit. So let's get into hip flexor stretch. First, I'm just gonna pick my right leg. I'm gonna go hands behind my back. I'm gonna kind of sink into this a little bit where I can feel the stretch on my left hip flexor while kind of also having my hands kind of like a chest opener. And I'm gonna contract the glute of my down knee to intensify the stretch a bit. And I'm gonna breathe through these stretches. If I had to choose just a handful of stretches to hit every day, it would be hip flexor stretches, lower back stretch, and then a chest opening stretch. Okay, I'm gonna sink all the way into it. All right, let's switch sides. So left side, arms behind my back. I'm sinking into it a little bit, but I'm contracting my right glute. And I'm breathing, trying to release tension, trying to tell my body it's okay to be deeper in this stretch, trying to convince my body not to fight this stretch. Big breaths, do your best not to hold your breath. We'll go 5 more seconds here. I'm really sinking into it. Okay. Now we're gonna pop up, nice and wide. Oh, almost slipped all the way there. And let's go hips back. I'm gonna try and go wider than this, but not fall. There we go. Hips back, I'm gonna reach over, touch the mat with the palms of my hands, but if you wanna just let your hands hang, you can. I'm feeling this in my lower back and my hamstrings. And let's walk on over to our left side. And let's go to the right side. I'm grabbing my ankle here. If you can grab your foot with both hands, go for it. I'm gonna shimmy my feet together, slight bend in my knee, and I'm going to just hang over here. I'm feeling this in my lower back because my knees are bent a little bit. I'm just letting my hands hang, letting my head hang a little bit. Okay, we'll stand on up. The last stretch we'll do will be a tricep stretch. Since we did all those presses overhead, you can grab your hand here. You can grab your elbow, which I prefer, or you can push back. We're just gonna feel the stretch in our tricep and our shoulder a bit. And this will be the last stretch of the day. Switch sides. We'll hold this here for another 10 seconds. All right, relax. All right. Thank you all for joining week 3 of our BearFit On Demand Strength and Endurance. We look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you enjoy the other 2 workouts you have this week, and I look forward to seeing you soon.